guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to The Wandering Reader. Today I'm going to be doing a review of Sight by Jessie Greengrass. I read this because it's on the shortlist for the Women's Prize 2018, and I picked this one up out of the shortlist first, and obviously it's the first one that I have read. This follows a main character who's a woman, and she's not named in the book, I believe, and it follows her life at different moments, and it's all to do with the women in her life and the idea of being a mother and a daughter and a granddaughter and a grandmother and things like that. So we follow her when she is pregnant with her second child. We follow her as a child, sort of growing up with her mother and staying at her grandmother's house. We also follow her when she is taking care of her mother when her mother is elderly and dying, and a couple of other moments as well. But her story, and I wouldn't really call it a story because this hasn't really got a linear narrative to it. It sort of jumps back and forth in time, and you see her life at different moments but not in a linear fashion. So at the beginning of the book we start with her taking care of her mother as her mother is dying, and it skips back and forth like that. Her narrative though is interspersed with almost like these historical sort of, they're not footnotes but they're historical notes about different sort of medical discoveries. So there's a bit in here on Freud, there's a bit in here on the discovery of x-rays, and then there's a bit in here on the people that performed cesarean sections, I think for the first time. And when I first got one of those moments, it was hard for me to kind of work out what the point of those was, and why we were having her narrative juxtaposed with these sort of medical discoveries. Later on in the book I kind of thought about whether it might be to do with the fact that these medical discoveries are linked in with the idea of being a mother, and I think that's partly it, but also it told kind of the story of the man who invented these things and how women played a role in his life. So for example, the man who invented x-rays, he kind of took his wife to see his discovery for the first time, and x-rayed her hand, and we got to see her reaction and things like that. So yeah, but I'm still not overly sure I got what the point of those was. I thought this had some really good commentary in here on what being a mother was, and the sort of thoughts that might run through your mind while you were preparing to be a mother, and the kind of idea of, am I going to do it right? But also, you know, that maybe not all women feel like it's a really joyous, exciting time, that there are some women out there that feel really quite anxious and a little bit negative about the whole experience. I'm not a mother myself, so I can't really comment on like my experience or anything like that, but I was left at the end of this book feeling like being a mother and being pregnant was a negative experience, and I was kind of I felt like I had a bit of a bitter taste in my mouth afterwards. But like I said, I've never been a mother, so I don't know exactly where Jessie Greengrass is coming from, and I don't think I can comment on that too well, if you kind of know what I mean. But yeah, I did enjoy the commentary on here on motherhood, on being a parent and preparing to be a mother, on the changes in your body when you're pregnant and the scariness of pregnancy and things like that, and the role between a husband and wife or partners while a woman is pregnant. I really did enjoy that. I did think that Jessie Greengrass had some good good things to say on that, and that I really did enjoy her writing at moments. It's told in quite long sections. There are 3 chapters in here. It's not a particularly long book, it's just under 200 pages. There are 3 chapters in here, but they're interspersed with sort of little gaps. But the bits in between the gaps are quite long. Like there's a real lack of paragraphs, but also the sentences are quite long as well, so you really do have to concentrate on what's being said. It feels a little bit stream of consciousness at times, but not that extreme. I doubt this is going to be a favourite out of the shortlist. Like I said, I appreciated the writing, I appreciated the commentary on here on the different themes and things like that, and I didn't hate it, but at the same time I wasn't enamoured by it, so I ended up giving this 3 stars. Yeah, I would maybe recommend it if you kind of like the whole, if you'd like to read something about being a mother or being pregnant, or sort of something a bit more experimental in terms of the writing style. But it's very character driven, it's not really much about the story at all. So again, if you like character driven books, then maybe I would give this a go. I think this is Jessie Greengrass's first novel. I think she wrote a collection of short stories before this one. I'd be really interested to see where her writing goes, because I do think she is a really good writer, and I would be interested in picking up that short story collection. Or was it just one short story? I can't remember anyway. But for this one for me wasn't my favourite, and like I said, I ended up giving this 3 stars. So there you go guys, that was my review of Sight by Jessie Greengrass. I'd love to have a chat with you in the comments below. Have you read this and what did you think of it? Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.